Alright, got a C6 valve body. We're going to open up from the unit that you saw the video, the teardown video on. So we're going to open up this valve body, go through it. I'm going to take this plate off here and make sure everything is nice and free, because again this transmission is going far away. And then we're going to load it into the case, and I'll show you guys a little trick once the valve body is on and bolted down. I did not install the governor yet, but you can actually air check. You can get the shift valves to move by blowing air through a port in the governor. Before I put the governor on, I'll show you that. Alright, so I'm going to get a little closer and we'll tear this valve body down. Okay, so first, I'm going to take these two out here. I'm going to take the rest of these out and split it apart. Alright, I'll give you guys a close-up shot of this, but we've got a check wall here, we've got a relief valve and spring here, and a check wall and spring here. Okay, so we'll take these out. Tension plates open. There's the trans-tech gasket, so we know that this was done already. Alright, so a new filter I got coming. It should be here shortly. Alright, so these I'm going to put in the sink. We're going to flat sand this channel plate here. I'm going to wash up this. And then we're going to take this plate off. Alright, so let me just get set up for that and I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm going to take this plate off and I'm going to pull all the valves out and make sure everything looks okay. So now we're going to take these valves out one at a time and just lay them on the rag as they come out. Alright, so you know what we can get also, because some of them have no springs. Okay, these are the ones these are the springs that actually break all the time. And I found the kit that I have, and I'll show that to you. Okay, so we have a spring left in one of these. Alright, so this one is going to go here. And we got a spring. Okay. Let me just turn my lights back on. Give me 1 second here. Okay, alright, so I got everything out. So what I'm going to do is I want to clean this up, and then just want to make sure the other couple of valves in here are free. And then we're going to clean everything up, the valves, and put everything back in. Alright, but the main thing also is these springs. These aren't broken. I mean, this has been gone through already, as you can see by the gasket. So I wonder if these springs actually were changed. And I have that kit, as I said, that comes with the springs in it, and I can show you that. Alright, so let me just flat sand this, clean it all up, blow it off, and I will be back shortly. Okay, so everything looks good, so we're going to put these valves back in. Okay, that is in. Okay. This one can be a little tricky. Gotta get it centered. Okay. And the spring and the valve. Alright, so I'm going to put this on. Let me just wash this up here real quick. I'm going to put that back on and the bolts back in. Okay. All right. Almost there. Okay. Now we'll very gently so I'm going to go over those, make sure those are tight. These are the springs. You know, you get 5 of each. You know, so the setup, which is just untwine these. The setup, you know, of course, the one spring goes inside the other, and that's the 1-2 accumulator. And fairly common problem for the springs to break, so Sonics actually makes the kit. Okay, let me just go over this here, make sure these are tight. I'll get the other pieces here. We'll just do have the check ball and valve locations and check valve locations. And I guess we can put this back together again. All right, so these valves are good. All right, so I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we'll put the check ball in. Ball and spring here. Sometimes that ball falls down, so you got to be careful. And the valve and spring here. All right, so let's move this. Get rid of this. All right, so this gasket is good. I hold the gasket up because being an early kit, it comes with a few different choice gaskets. All right, so this one, the other one, half the holes were blocked. This one is nice and clear. this one. So this one with the little stud sticking up goes here, because this actually acts as a stop for the throttle linkage. You know, or the kickdown, as they say. Alright, so we're going to put the two halves together, and one more time, ball and spring, valve and spring, and check ball. Of course, locations may vary. Okay. Good. And a little bit longer one. So I got two hand tight, want to flip it. Here. Alright, so these two we're going to have to tighten because we've got to put the filter on. I actually have to go get the filter. Let me just tighten those two down there. Okay, got these at 85 inch-pounds. All right, just give me 1 second. Let me go grab the filter. All right, so I got my filter, new filter. We'll put that on. Gasket is on. All right, put the bolts in. Alright, one thing that I like to do also is take the two valve body bolts and just put them through to make sure everything stays lined up. Alright, now we have one longer one that is going to go here. Alright, so we can tighten these down. All right, now we can tighten everything down here. good. All right, on the outside. Okay, and that is the C6 valve body. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get the case over here. We're going to load the valve body on. We'll put it on, tighten it down, and then we're going to air check the valves through governor port. That'll show you how to do that. All right, so just give me a few minutes, and I'll be right back. All right, we can give it a quick air check. Okay, sounds good. All right, so now we're going to set the valve body in place. Nice. Get our bolts. Just get my socket here. All right, we'll tighten that down. Okay. Right now, see if we can get these valves to move. You blow air through one of the ports in the governor, and that's the shift valve moving. All right, that sounds good. So at this point, we're going to continue. I'll just finish putting this thing together, probably a little while. got a couple of things to do now. So it was a C6 valve body overhaul and install, and then we were able to air check the shift valves just by blowing air through this whole port in the governor circuit. And we got the linkage hooked up. Okay, torque is good. And we have the kickdown hooked up also. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you next one.